Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Conan Exiles Guides, episode 7. So on this episode, we're going to be discussing the best ways to get experience. Now, I've been researching this for a couple of days, and I've really been trying to find a way that doesn't just involve killing stuff. Because you know it's boring and grindy. And although killing stuff is fun, you know, you'd like there to be a little bit more experience or a way to gain levels by building those awesome bases that we spend time doing, right? Well, I've got some news for you. Unfortunately, if you play on a vanilla server, in the state of the game at the moment, the best way to level up is just to constantly kill stuff. Like, just keep killing stuff. Like, if we look in the area where we are at the minute, everywhere along this river section here is just full of hyenas and emus and shalebacks and imps, and the best way to level up is just to kill stuff, is just to keep killing stuff. Now if you start as Mitra and you really want to build up a base first, then make sure to build yourself the Altar of Mitra, because the Mitraean Ankh is actually better than the Stone Sword. It does more damage per second, which is handy, but then also it doesn't have the cleave effect that the sword does. So if you're looking to farm lots of things at once, then probably going with the Stone Sword is better, and the Iron Sword once you hit level 12. But yeah, just kill stuff over and over and over and over again. Once you've got to level 10, you can start moving up to this middle level area here. Start taking on some smaller thrall camps, possibly. Once you hit level 15, you can start taking on some of the larger thrall camps around here. And just keep killing stuff. It's just, honestly, at the minute, it's the best way to level up. Thrall camps aren't the best way to level up, but they give you materials as well. So obviously once you've hit level 15, level 20, you're going to be wanting to gather a load of materials, and honestly you gather a load of materials in the Thralls camps, as well as getting the experience as well. But generally the best things you want to kill are antelopes, hyenas, emus, and spiders. Rhinos are good experience, but they're a bit tough. For the amount of times that you could kill something else, and the time that it would take you to kill a rhino, you could have killed maybe 5 or 6 other things, you know, so it's not really worthwhile fighting rhinos. So yeah guys, just keep killing stuff. Now if you really insist on leveling up by crafting, and you're not a big guy who likes going out and killing stuff, then there's only one thing I can really recommend, is that you play on a server with increased harvest rates. It doesn't have to have increased experience, although that definitely helps, but increased harvest rates. Now the way that the game works is, even if you're using a vanilla server with, or like a vanilla-like server with 1 set as the experience rate, now, you'll notice, let's have a look here. We'll head into the server settings here. So we go to the, no, I don't want to do that. We'll go to the settings, we'll go to the server settings. We'll scroll down here. You can see harvesting here. I've set the harvesting amount multiplier to 10. And the crafting speed multiplier to 0.1. This means that things craft really, really quickly. And you harvest a huge amount of materials at a time. If we scroll back up to the top here to the progression, you'll see that everything else is vanilla settings. The player XP rate and the XP time and XP kill multiplier and harvest multiplier, they're all the same. So let's just show you what happens when we harvest something. The way that crafting or gathering experience works is you get 1 point of experience for every item that you've gathered. So if you're playing on a vanilla gather server, harvesting 1 plant will usually get you around 1 plant fiber. That will net you 1 experience. Now if you hit a rock or you hit a tree, you'll usually get 3 to 4, which will give you 3 to 4 experience per gather attempt. These guys suck. Oh, I need more stone. Now, one really important thing to notice there is that if you're double gathering a resource node, you actually get double the amount of materials. So let's have a look here. 131,394. There we go, it's ticked over. So we gathered 60 materials there, so 131,464. That just ticked over to 404. So double gathering here means that we've just gained double the amount of experience and double the amount of materials from a single action. So definitely you should double gather materials whenever possible. It also means if you're playing on an increased gather rate server that you can still have that vanilla experience, like the creatures are going to still give you the same amount of experience. Crafting is still going to give the same amount of experience, but you're going to gain more materials, which means that you're going to be able to build faster. It also means that you're going to have a lot more scope for building bigger areas, but you're also going to get increased experience from the amount of materials that you gather. And then anyone that's played on a vanilla server will know that if you're trying to make a huge base on a vanilla server, it's going to take forever. You're constantly gathering resources. Constantly. So all of that time you're gaining that increased experience. Not much, it's admitted. I mean, I've just gained maybe 27 experience more, which in the grand scheme of things, if you look at the amount of experience I've got here, is absolutely nothing. Then if you consider the fact that it's 10 times more experience than I would have got from gathering anyway, you're still going to be leveling really slowly. But you're still going to be getting all of those materials and that extra experience. So that's definitely what I'd recommend. If you're not looking to just kill stuff and you love building bases, then definitely try and play on a server that's got increased harvest rate. Typically, servers that I found that have got increased harvest rate have also got increased experience gains as well, which might not be ideal for some people, but I guess if you're just looking to build an awesome looking base and enjoy the game, then you know, leveling up to be able to unlock all of those buildables as soon as possible is probably the thing that you want to do, right? So guys, if you are looking to level up just via crafting and the occasional creature that you kill on the way past, I can give you some helpful information, especially if you're playing on a server with increased gather rates. I found so far that the best items to craft, at least until level 20, are to make furnaces, and from the furnaces you make blacksmith stations, and from the blacksmith stations you make iron reinforcements. Right guys, so let's do a little comparison test here, just to see how much experience you can get from creating a furnace. Crafting a furnace got us around 1,000 experience, slightly under 1,000 experience. So let's craft the blacksmith's bench. We're 133,339 right now. So we've gone up by 3,500 experience crafting a blacksmith's bench. Now bear in mind, if you've made a load of furnaces, you're going to be pumping out bricks and pumping out iron bars like no man's business if you're living in an area that's got iron. Especially with the increased gather rates, you can just harvest and fill up a furnace so quickly. It's really easy to just pump out a ton of furnaces, pump out a ton of blacksmith's benches, and once you've got a certain amount, you don't need to keep those, you can just throw them away. That's really good experience. Once you can make the iron chest, that also gives you a ton of experience. Now, I've got some values. So for example, I was playing on a 5 times experience server. I think their experience values are a little bit different to vanilla. But for example, here are the experience values that I gained. So making a furnace, I gained 26,000 experience. when I was making a blacksmith, I gained 87,000 experience. And then making a tier 2 chest, I gained 93,000 experience. So if you think about it, if you're making loads of furnaces, you're making loads of blacksmiths, instantly pumping out iron reinforcements, carpenter's bench, you can pump out, and then you can pump out large chests. Now you don't even need to keep these. I mean, large chests are really useful, a ton of experience to craft. So guys, just to summarize, the fastest way currently in the game to level up at the moment is to kill things. Obviously, as you get higher in experience, you want to head away from this starting area. I recommend after level 10, you start crossing over the river. Start killing the higher tier spiders. You can find some higher tier spiders around this area up here. They give pretty decent experience. And eventually, as you're sort of getting up to level 15, you want to head up to the north through here. And around to level 20, you want to start heading around here. You start getting the level 2 and 3 hyenas and gazelles, and they give you a lot of decent experience. Now, if you're aiming to not just grind up your levels and you want to have a fun building experience, I'd recommend just playing on a server that's got either increased experience rates or increased gather rates. If you're looking for the vanilla experience and you don't want to just level up to level 50 really quickly, then definitely go for a server that's got increased harvest rates. Just because that harvesting experience as you're building up your huge base is going to level you up a lot faster than the vanilla experience. And it's going to mean you're able to unlock a lot more building materials and things that you can decorate your base with a lot faster. Now hopefully in the future they're going to take a balance pass at the crafting materials and how much experience you do get from those, so you don't just have to go out and kill stuff. Because let's face it, like, nobody wants to just grind all day to level up. I mean, it's not really that fun, is it? You know, just killing stuff over and over and over again to get experience, to unlock that next decoration items, you can finally make your base look homely, or unlock the next set of buildings that you want to upgrade your base to, you know? It's not that much fun. So definitely try and play on an increased gather rate server, if not an increased experience rate server. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope it was descriptive enough for you. I'm sorry that I couldn't provide you a simple and easy way just to get super amounts of experience while building that really cool base. But in the state of the game at the moment, that's just not possible. Now hopefully in the next coming weeks, the developers will have some really cool information for us. There's a couple of big upcoming game conventions, so I think they might be saving some of their information to release for those. So stay tuned for that information. I'll be posting updates whenever there's something new released to the game. If you liked the video, please like it. Subscribe if you really liked it. If you didn't like it, dislike it, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to do a video on a specific thing or cover a specific topic, or just subscribe if you want more content. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Laters.